It's quite an amazing thing here to see this room full of little bits of Fran, and she's distributed really neatly around this whole collection here. So that's neat. I remember what was that thing? Beaver board. Oh. Yeah, that was my debating downfall. I didn't know anything about beaver board. And I was out of, Fran knew everything. What? Is it stuff? But that was a good challenge. And oh yeah, and what was it, just last week, 3-4 weeks back, at the Chance Center, we went out to your concert there, and what did you say? What a rambunctious concert! I think it's a really exciting way to describe the music. Rambunctious. That was good. That wasn't worth the whole tape.
Well, I am Felicity Morgan. I'm Anne's birth mother, and I met her when the kids were about 3, something like that. And I met. They called Fran Franny Banana, which I thought was a really good name for her. And what strikes me about nearly every time we went over there, it seemed she would be out there doing things, moving big bits of lumber or digging holes, or one time they had a ladder right up to the roof. Anne was holding the ladder, and Fran was holding it. And I thought, wow. Yeah, she was a great woman, really something different. Yes.
So, yes. Okay, Sharon.
I don't know if you ever noticed, but Fran was either busy cooking, or she was taking care of somebody, or debating. But one thing she often had in her hands was knitting. She would knit scarves and hats and sweaters, and a lot of her own design she did herself. And I'd like to point out that this whole blanket she designed herself. She took bits and pieces of Erin knits, and I can remember her discussing with me, well, gee, do you think this would look good or that would look good in different areas? And I says, oh yeah, Fran, I think that would look just fine. And she just went ahead and made all these squares, and I don't know how long she spent doing it, but she did a wonderful job. And I think and she did other things. She did crocheting, not so much crocheting, I don't think, but she did embroidery, she did pottery, and her garden was her pride possession as well. So I just thought I'd mention those things.
So we have a number of things here of Mom's. We have some of her photo albums here and some of the things that she had created, some books. We created a photo board with various photos of her life, and it's a little bit random. there are a few things in there that people are going to slap me for later, but Lori in particular. But anyway, we also put together a little bit of a video. We had last year, about 2 years ago, Mom and I we drove to Alberta to go visit her relatives. And I was hoping to take her to go see some of her relatives and treat her, but she got nervous when I started talking about Texas and Florida, so she jumped on a bus and came home. But I have some video of the farm, which is here, And then last year, many of you came to, we had our 85th party. She was in the hospital and didn't attend, but we did videotape some of the family telling stories about, mostly about each other, but once in a while we told had stories about, well, yeah, like Doug and Jim, those issues. But anyway. You're welcome to come, and we also have on the table here, there's Anne has put together sheets of paper, and if you have any memories or any stories or incriminating information, whatever it is you feel, or just fond things, or a piece of poetry, anything you would like to write, you know, feel free to come, and there should be pens around. And anyway, we have this room until we're done, so feel free to, whether we have lots of food, and you know, take a look at some of the things, and talk to each other, and elaborate on some of the stories that people ducked in their introductions. And anyway, thank you everybody for coming. So it's very nice. I think she would have liked this. I think so.